Alright guys, so today is my upper body power and strength day. Starting out with, this is my first warm-up, 270, or actually it's like my second or third warm-up, but I didn't tape my first warm-up. I normally taper up, like I'll start with a plate, then I'll go to 2 plates, then a plate and a quarter. And today I'm supposed to be doing deadlifts 70% of my 1 rep max. So that's what I'm working up to. And we're doing 6 sets of 6. At 70%. I was really feeling it this day on deadlifts. I had not deadlifted in quite some time. I've been doing a lot of conventional bodybuilding or classical bodybuilding the past probably 2 months, and so I hadn't really been doing a lot of deadlifts. I've been doing some stiff leg deadlifts, but not necessarily deadlifts. And I'll tell you what, when you take a month or 2 off of deadlifts and you go back into it, you really feel it. So I was feeling it. I believe I put my max at 495 or 505, one of those two. But as you can see, man, I'm struggling to get these last 4 reps, 3 reps. But, you know, still didn't back it off. I just took the full rest. Here we're resting between 3 and 5, or 2 and 3 minutes, I think. No, I think we did 3 and 5 here. I know I rested around 3 to 4 minutes each time for my deadlifts because I was feeling it. And you're going to have those days, guys. You're going to have those days to where you're just feeling it. But your body will adapt, and it's all about adaptation. The next week, you come back stronger. So, you know, I look forward to deadlifting again next week. Next week, our percentages will change completely, guys. It'll be 75% at 7 sets of 5 reps. Then the following week, it'll be 80% of 8 sets of 4 reps. And then the following week, week 4, will be 10 sets of 3 reps. And so, yeah, it's a lot of volume here, guys, but we're trying to build the volume up as much as we can. Then we'll take a deload week, and we're going to start the process over. So this is my last set. I felt a little better here. I feel like I was getting the groove in a little better. I try not to use straps, guys, because I am trying to get some really good strength and adaptation in every muscle group. So I don't use straps. Okay. Sometimes when I go heavy, I will use chalk. And if I'm using an actual whip bar, I'll definitely use chalk. In a whip bar, you can add like 80 to 100 pounds on your deadlift. So here we are. We're going to power strength chest press or bench press. We're trying to go as heavy as we can here, guys. As heavy as we can. This one is an actual power movement. Okay, there's no percentage of reps here. We're just going as heavy as we can for 3 to 5 reps. So 4 sets, 3 to 5 reps. So here we're at 275 for 5. And I believe I go up in weight. Yes, I do. And like I said, guys, this is power here. We're going for sarcoplasmic hypertrophy here. We're going balls to the wall on these. Okay? Your power days, your strength and power days, you're going balls to the wall. You have your percentage lift with the first lift, which is your deadlift, and then you're going balls to the wall with your bench. And then the rest, you kind of back off when we do our auxiliary lifts. Okay, and our auxiliary lifts, you know, we'll get into here in a little bit. But this bench right here, man, we're going balls to the wall here. So right now we're at 285 for 5. Really starting to feel that puppy. So here is my one of my clients, Giant is his name. Not much of a giant, but I call him Midget. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, he is the Indian version of Mr. Miyagi. And his strength's gone up. This guy's, believe it or not, he's 56 years old. And when he first came to me, he could barely do, 95-pound bench. And now, as you can see, he's up to 185. Okay, guys, so here is, I believe, my fourth set, or my third set. This is my third actual working set, and I'm going up here to 295, and I'm going to try to get this puppy for 5. And I've always been really strong as far as my anterior dominant lifts. My presses have always been very strong. I would say that's mostly due to my triceps being so strong. But yeah, I've always been stronger on these type of lifts. So I'm really trying to get my deadlift up and work on that posterior chain as well. So there you go. There's your 3 to 5. There's 5 there. So now we're moving on to dumbbell overhead press. We're doing 3 sets of 6 to 10. This is going to be an auxiliary type lift.
Just so Aladdin knows in there, and Sarah, Eminem is playing in my ears right now. Until I collapse. Fucking Eminem. Let's see if it helps.
Now remember, on our shoulder and back hypertrophy day, we do have our strength movement to begin with, and that shoulder and back hypertrophy day, our strength movement is overhead press. So we're doing our percentage of strength lifts there. Okay, so this is an auxiliary lift for that, helping us get some a little bit more hypertrophy and building up for that shoulder day that will be coming up. Not a bad gym here. I really like this Gold's Gym. But this is the mecca for me and my boy Mladen. When he gets back out here, I'll definitely be getting a membership here, but right now I have one at 24, so I only come here every once in a while to train, just to kind of change up the monotony of the gym. I really like this gym though, so we'll be going back to it. And there's Giant, my Indian Mr. Miyagi right back there, overlooking me, see how I'm doing. Finishing strong here, guys. Now you want to make sure that you're keeping your core tight here, you're bringing it down to the ears, and you're pressing overhead. Okay, make sure that you're doing it with the best form you can. Okay, remember that you might sacrifice a little bit of form, but don't be sacrificing too much. Less than 10%. So here's Giant. Just wanted to get a set in of him pushing up. I think he's got some 45s here. It's just impressive to see this guy doing anything like this with this type of weight. When he first started, like I said, man, I mean, he'd be pressing like 10s. So just to watch, a 56-year-old guy have so much passion and love for this gym and just put all of his heart and sweat and balls into this. I mean, he works his ass off in it, and he's a really successful businessman. I mean, super successful. I've been standing next to him when he's made, huge sum amounts of money deals with his clients, and it's really inspiring, and I've learned a lot from this guy. Okay, so now we're going to Pinlays. Pinlay rows are somewhat like a bent over row, except we're going to pull all the way from the ground. And these are really going to help your deadlifts. This is an auxiliary movement to really help your deadlifts. It's done to where we're going to fire the weight up as hard as we can, and it's explosive movement. You're doing it as if it was a power movement. It's an auxiliary lift that's going to help for your deads. Threw Giant in there doing a few. He's doing great, man. Really proud of this guy. I can't wait to see, the gains, even more of the gains that he's going to make. This part's funny. He had to go to the bathroom. And I start talking.
This Arab version of Mr. Miyagi.
Basically, if you didn't hear what I said, basically me just calling him an Indian version of Mr. Miyagi. He was saying how he had to pee, and he had went pee probably 2 or 3 times because he's trying to keep up with his water since we started this new program, and I call him an old man, and then turned around and said, which he is an old man. But he's not, man. He's He might look old, but he's young at heart, man. I'll tell you what. This guy's health bill was through the roof. His doctor said his health is just skyrocketed into exponential rewards. So, and it's all from this, man. He's doing great. I hear him just ripping out some pull-ups. You know, his form isn't quite 100%, but you know, he gets the job done. His form still looks decent, and he's getting a lot of strength and muscle gains, man. And it's great to see his arms just, you know, kind of blowing up too. He gets a lot of feedback from that. So here we are. We're doing pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, 6 to 10. I believe we got 3 sets of 6 to 10 here, and I think I'm using a 35. Yeah, and if you don't quite get the 10, just drop the weight and keep going. But you want to make sure that you're adding weight if you can. If you can't add weight, then just do regular pull-ups, okay? And if you can't do regular pull-ups, guys, go to the pull-down machine and take off as little bit of weight as you can. So figure out what your body weight is, and then try to subtract, you know, 10 to 20 pounds. See if you can do that. If not, come down a little bit more, and do a weight to where you're getting as close as you can percentage-wise of your body weight. And once again, our rep range is 6 to 10 here. And I'll tell you what, man, I was really dying. It had been a long time since I'd done a power strength day like this. So now we're going, hitting some auxiliary for the bench press, which is going to be close grip bench, working the tricep. We're doing 4 sets of 6 to 10. You see Giant just completely forgot the camera was there. Just jumped in. That's alright. I pointed it out to him. And then we get another set in here. And then actually my camera started dying. I'll tell you what, man, I got to get a new battery. This camera doesn't hold battery all that long. But it's my fault I didn't charge it completely. So we only get 2 sets actually filmed here. So here we go, pumping it out. Now you want your hands, don't bring them inside your chest. That's going to put a lot of stress on your wrists. You just want it right outside of your chest, okay? That's where your hands should meet when you bring it down. Okay? And finishing strong there. Okay, so now we're moving on to the last auxiliary movement. We got 3 sets of 6 to 10 and standing barbell curls. This one here, you really want to go as heavy as you can, but at the same time to where you can get the 6 to 10 reps. You know, don't go so heavy to where you get 4 in the last, you know, 6, or the last 3 are just absolutely horrid. Make sure that you're only sacrificing at the most 10% of form. Okay, that form is super important. Yes, the weight and the volume is important, but the form is important too. So here we are on to set 2. And I probably could have went a little heavier here. But form's looking good. Trying not to sway with my shoulders as that much, you know. You'll see a lot of guys that just wing it up, and literally there's barely any movement between the humerus and the forearm. There's barely any movement at all. There's barely any change in angle. It's just winging it up, and they're pretty much using shoulders and momentum. You know, the funniest thing is when I'm doing dumbbell curls and I'm standing next to a kid that has literally a third of the arm size that I have, and I'm doing dumbbell curls with 20s, and I look over, he's doing dumbbell curls with 50s. When you look at the size of my arms and then the size of his, you definitely see something wrong with that. That's called ego lifting, and we're not trying to ego lift here, guys. We're trying to get myofibril and sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, and that's it. Anesthetics.
That's all she wrote, man. What'd you think of the workout today?
Good.
Yeah, the new power.
Awesome.
Excited for it?
Yeah,
You think your bench and dead and everything's gonna go up?
sure, good.
How much do you think your deadlift has went up already? Like from when you first started?
Oh, big time. I couldn't do like 155, you know,
Yeah.
doing 225, 240 easy.
For reps, you could probably get 315, 320, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, to be continued. Check that weight out today. Had a huge breakfast, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Yesterday, I didn't check myself yesterday, so. Oh, now that's a lot of water weight. Plus, I got pants on, got a phone in my pocket, keys in my pocket. Hold on. Alright, so I just weighed myself. I was literally like up like 7 pounds or some shit like that, so I knew that wasn't right. I had the keys in my pocket and shit, so took it out. Now we're gonna check again, so let's see what we got. That's a little more like it. So, about a week, I'm up at least 2 pounds. So that's pretty dead on now, so. Alright. Just gotta keep this going, you know, like, main thing is just to keep the gains coming. Try to put on, you know, like I said, but a ½ pound to a pound a week is what I'm trying to do. Calories are up to about 3,400, 3,300. Yesterday I tapered my carbs since it was my off day. So that's what I'm gonna try to do is taper my carbs on my off day and not have as many carbs. And actually I'm pulling about 400 calories out of my diet on my off day. So hopefully it's gonna work. But it's obviously working. I've only gained about a pound. I've already gained about 2 pounds. So since I started the program. So it'll come on fast, especially because you're adding a lot of water into your diet as well. So a lot of it is water weight, but it will slowly start to retain it. So, all right, it was a good first power day. I'm looking good, and I'm looking to get those lifts up. That's what I'm looking for, getting those lifts up. So, to be continued. All right, guys, first day, first power day in the books. First power day of MZP. Tell you what, man, fuck, those deadlifts kicked my ass today. I mean, just kicked my ass. Oh, and I was only doing 70% of my 1 rep max for 6, but it had been a while since I had I'd thrown some deadlifts into my mix. Like I said, fucking rice burners. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of like really fast-paced, high-intense workouts, not necessarily focusing on strength and just really balls-to-the-wall failure type high reps workouts. And now I finally have some workouts to where I'm incorporating some strength in there, and I'll tell you what, it felt really good. Even though I was dead, it felt really good. So I'm gonna head home, get in my macros, hang out with the girlfriend for a little bit, maybe hit the pool. I don't know, man, we'll see what happens. It's a Sunday. The Sunday fun days for me are most of the time gym, food, pool, couch, and little extracurricular activities every once in a while. So that's pretty much it, man. That's all I got today. Hope everything's going well with everybody else on their programs. If you have any questions or whatever, hit me up. I do have to give a shout out to Giant today for kicking ass. Tell you what, man, that guy was hanging in there more than me. Been training Giant for about a year now, and I do a lot of power movements with him anyway, so he was conditioned for it. I can't wait to, we've kind of taken him up to the next level and the next step of his program, so I actually can't wait to see, you know, his gains out of this. He's 56 years old, about to be 57, and I've just watched his gains, his strength, and his muscle gains and his strength, both. And honestly, his aesthetic has changed. He's put on size. He's shrunk his belly a ton, man. And I know that has to do with his high intensity days, and he does a little bit of conventional cardio, very little. I have that in there for him just to take care of his heart. But his strength days too, man. I mean, he goes balls to the wall his power strength days. So I'll give a shout out to Giant for kicking my ass today, because he kicked my ass. But that's all I got for you guys today. Keep your MZP going. Shoot me your gains. Tell me how you're doing, and shoot me your before and afters, and I'll shout you guys out too on my website, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my YouTube apps. So get at me. See you guys later. Keep it up. See ya.